Good morning. It's a chilly morning in mid-February, but it's possible that we've got migratory bird species that have already arrived here at Sweet Marsh. I'm going to go out and take a walk, see if I can find any, and I invite you to join me. So far, I'm not seeing anything other than I did see about a dozen swans, trumpeter swans. Got some pictures of them, but I hopefully will see them again out here. Out there in the open ice there, open area, they've got a whole bunch of Canada geese, but I'm not seeing anything else yet. But I'll keep looking. Oh, there's two swans coming in. What a beautiful sound. Yeah, there's more on the other side of those cattails. I'm not sure how many, but a bunch. Oh, two more coming in. I don't know if they technically qualify as migratory since they sort of stick around all year, but hey, it's great to see them. There you go, you can see some more swans out there. We have 10 swans right here, and there were 2 in the other part, and I saw more in another part not far from here in the county, so that puts us at 12 just in this part of Bremer County. That's a good start. I'm hoping these birds know something, that maybe this week is actually going to get warm enough to open all this up and I can bring a canoe out here. I suppose it's possible with the early onset or never onset of winter other than a couple of weeks, I suppose it's possible we could have some sandhill cranes out here somewhere too. So I'm going to fight this wind, walk around this section of the marsh, see if I can find or hear any sandhill cranes. Now, when I say that it's possible, I do mean that, because last week I saw 10 or 12 common mergansers. So if they're here, it's quite possible there are other migratory species coming through. It's going to be a little tough for them at this point, but if it warms up and this water opens up, they could get along just fine, I would imagine. Oh, I just so enjoy that call. I wouldn't necessarily even have to see the sandhill cranes. If there are any of them out here and they spot me, they'll start calling, and I'm good with just hearing them now. I don't need to see them necessarily to know that they're back already. Let's keep walking. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but 6 of them took flight. Maybe they're going to make a pass around. Looks like they are. I'm gonna switch cameras here. That's what happens when you're running two cameras at the same time. You have to switch to the one that gets you what you want. And I won't know until I look at the computer, because my eyes are watering so bad from this wind. I would guess it to be about 30 degrees with a wind that's possibly gusting that far. Oh, first woodchuck of the, nope, that's a muskrat up on the dike. You might see it in the right lane. I keep a database of first and last sightings of wildlife, so I would have logged that, but just a muskrat. They're active all year. If you look down there on the ice, you see that movement. That's that muskrat trying to find a spot to get in under the safety of the ice. So far, no luck. Okay, that muskrat's still working there. He definitely needs to get under the water if he wants to be safe. There's bald eagles soaring not too high in the sky, and he'd be an easy pickings. While I was shooting pictures of the muskrat, the 6 swans circled around. And it looks like they might be thinking about coming back. They're out there a ways. They come right at us. I get to watch them set down maybe, or fly directly over. The wind and the ice doesn't make it easy for them. Wind might not be a big deal, but the ice is, I'm guessing. Yeah, they're going to circle around, I think. Nope, maybe not. It's days like this where you really have to work a bit harder if you want to get a decent photo, but it's also days like this when it happens. It's early spring. No, I'm sorry. It's late winter. It's still February. It's late winter, but it's acting like early spring. And I know that some of the critters are starting to come in already, some of the bird species. So I need to act earlier this year rather than later if I want to get some of those photos and document them and just enjoy them. So I'm out. Yep. It's chilly and it's brisk. There's sandhill cranes. Listen. There's a sandhill crane in flight. Wow. That's early. It's way off in the distance. Hopefully the mic is picking up the sound. It's landing. It just dropped down. I'll be. I wondered if there might not be back already. Sure seems early, but I'll have to check my database. Starting out this little hike, seeing trumpeter swans, a bunch, and then now seeing sandhill cranes really has made it worthwhile. But the biggest challenge is yet to come. I'm going to attempt to walk on the section of Dyke between segment A and segment B, or Marten's Lake, and that's got all that greasy spoil material from when they dug out the channels on Marten's Lake. I thought if I came out here early enough, maybe it would still be frozen and wouldn't be so greasy, but we'll see. I'm still a couple hundred yards away. I'll find out shortly. I may end up turning around. Much to my surprise, while I wasn't recording with this video camera, I had a sandhill crane fly almost directly overhead. So if any of those pictures turned out, I will share that right here. And now I'll continue my walk towards what I expect could be the Greasy Dyke. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth is about to be here. And I just can't tell by looking at it. Actually, some of it looks quite dry. But I'll see. You can sure tell that they've changed the slope of the dikes. I had that explained to me some time ago, that that's to help with erosion from the waves. It's a lot more, got a lot more slope on it. Whatever it takes. Now, hopefully, I can walk this short dike, or walk this section of dike down to the short dike, and in the middle of it, I'll intercept the sandhill crane that came down. Not too greasy yet, but it's still frozen. I imagine this could get pretty messy here this week when it warms up. There's a view of Marten's Lake. Marten's woody growth patch. I don't call it a lake right now. It will be again. I just wonder, when they fill it, is there a way to get rid of all that woody growth, or is it going to have to drown out, or what's the plan for that? I haven't heard anything on that. It's a bit windy for me to put the drone in the air, otherwise I would, because I know there's people who are curious what this looks like. But it's just a little bit too windy for my comfort for the drone, so we're gonna just have to go off of what I'm shooting here with still photos today. Sorry. And so far, I have not heard or seen that sandhill crane. It could be that it's going to let me walk by. I don't know. Normally they make a noise unless they're on the nest. And I know they're not nesting yet. Much too early for that. I'm guessing my slow pace as I'm plodding along on this modified dike here, where it's been covered or raised with the material drawn out, has given the impression to a young bald eagle that maybe I'm about ready to breathe my last and become a meal for it, because it's been flying low over me. And if any of the pictures turned out, I'll share one here. Kind of expected I would see most of those swans that took flight over here, but right now I'm only seeing 2 out on the ice. So I'm not sure where the other ones went. Hopefully the mic is picking it up so you can enjoy that low call. They're behind these trees. I kind of wish I had my Nikon set up so I could record video with that longer lens, but I don't have that set up right now. I'm going to pause this video recording and take some stills. This Trumpeter Swan situation is a bit of a dilemma for me, as my fellow photographer friends would know. I got swans that are relatively stationary. I don't have a microphone with a wind screen on, and I don't have a tripod. I only have a monopod. So between wind noise and wind blowing the camera, I can't get a decent video with my Nikon and my longer lens, and it would be a great video to get. I'm going to try. If I get something, I will add it to the video. If it's not there, then you know that it didn't work. But I'm going to give it a try. Wouldn't you know it, I'm recording trumpeter swans and a plane flies over. Oh well. I've made it to the end of my hike. The greasy dike wasn't too bad. I saw bald eagles, the muskrat out on the ice, a bunch of trumpeter swans, and my first of the year for 2024 sandhill crane. Folks, it's just going to get better from here on out, so I'm excited. I hope you too are excited and get a chance to go out wherever your wild places are, to look for wildlife, to enjoy wildlife, and maybe take pictures of wildlife. If you enjoy these kind of videos, I encourage you to subscribe. There will be more coming as the flowers start blooming and more migratory birds start coming in. I know there will be more videos, so subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. With that, if you're still watching, I do thank you for watching and sticking with us to the end. I may add some extra photos if they didn't fit into anywhere on the video at the end. Can't promise. I'll have to just look and see what I've got on my memory card. So thank you for watching.